Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Mickle. Welcome to INN News. Hurricane season begins today, and the Gulf states have already been warned. Forecasters say there's about a 3 in 4 chance a major hurricane will hit the U.S. before the season ends in November. They're also predicting as many as 18 named storms. Last year, no hurricanes made landfall on U.S. coastlines. And given what's happening in places like Joplin, Missouri, natural disaster awareness and preparedness is on top of mind. As George Solis reports from our Gainesville, Florida affiliate GTN, the key to saving lives is getting important information out to you fast.
If the disasters in Alabama and Joplin taught us anything, it's that storms are as deadly as they are unpredictable. With the start of this year's hurricane season, Alachua County emergency management staff aren't taking any chances.
The Gulf temperatures are warmer. Certainly it's getting warmer earlier in the year. Plus, coupled with the forecast from several different agencies, we are expecting a busy year.
With an arsenal of weather tracking systems at their disposal, the Office of Emergency Management also gets up-to-the-minute updates from the National Weather Service, all to keep you informed in case of severe weather.
We had 19 storms last year. Fortunately, none of them hit the United States. So what I tend to tell people is we need to prepare for the one storm that's coming to Alachua County, and if we have that one storm, it's going to be a busy year.
Now, thanks to social media and smartphone technology, experts say it's becoming easier to keep the public informed, especially when severe weather is on everyone's mind.
We've seen an increase in followers on our Twitter page in the last couple of weeks. We're over 550 now. I think we're actually bordering on 600.
The recent tragedies up north has also piqued the interest of community members looking to help in disaster situations as part of the community emergency response team.
We have 50 people in the class, and that was directly right after Tuscaloosa.
However, the hope is that they'll never have to be called upon for help. George Solis reporting for INN News.
And here's the list of hurricane names for the 2011 season. We have Arlene, Brett, Cindy, Don, Emily, Franklin, Gert, and Harvey. We have Irene, Jose, Katia, Lee, Maria, Nate, Ophelia, Philippe, Rena, Sean, Tammy, Vince, and Whitney. Again, 18 storms are predicted. There are 21 names. So what happens if we go through this list? Well, forecasters will then turn to the Greek alphabet. We could see Hurricane Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Delta. We're back on the flood watch, and people are moving to higher ground along the Missouri River as it climbs. People in South Dakota are hoping emergency levees can protect their possessions they have to leave behind. The water is expected to rise 4 feet within a week. Contractors have been working around the clock building levees since Friday.
We're on schedule. We're going to make it, and they've added a couple more feet to the levees, and we'll start on that probably tonight, whatever. So I'd say we're in real good shape.
South Dakota's governor is warning against waiting the flood out. He wants people to leave. Well, whether you live near the river or not, flood insurance is something more people are considering. Adam Kruger from our Omaha affiliate, KPTM, introduces us to one man who learned from his mistake and now makes a living from it.
Bob Scudder has sold flood insurance for 14 years.
Most people don't think it's ever going to happen to them, so they don't buy it. And unfortunately, they learn the hard way.
Bob had to learn the hard way back in 1983 when his basement was flooded with 6 feet of water.
If I'd had it, it would have paid for nearly $50,000 worth of damage. But I didn't have it, so I got to eat that. It's a long time recovery, long time.
Despite all the waterways around the area, Bob's surprised at the amount of people who still don't have flood insurance.
Most people don't buy it unless their lender requires it. And for the lender required, they have to be in a high-risk flood zone. In basements, there's limited coverage. People think sometimes there's no coverage, but it really covers the big items. It covers your foundation damage. It recovers furnace, hot water, air conditioner, electrical system, plumbing, heating, cooling. It covers drywall. So it covers a lot of things. Most people think, well, if it does happen, the government will bail me out. Unfortunately, there are 2 factors in that. One, it has to be declared a presidential disaster, but the money is very slow in coming. It's almost always in the form of loans, not free money, money you have to pay back. And it's at a lower interest rate, but it's still more debt on top of what you already got.
Adam Kruger reporting for INN News.
Space Shuttle Endeavour is back on Earth after making a safe landing early this morning. It marks the 25th and final mission for the shuttle. Endeavour spent nearly 16 days in orbit to finish work on the International Space Station. NASA's 30-year Space Shuttle program will come to an end soon. The shuttle Atlantis will be the final mission. It's scheduled to leave July 8th. Time for Global News Now. At least 20 people are dead, 30 more hurt after a bus crash in Peru. Officials say the driver was speeding when he lost control. Most of the victims were women, but there were also 2 toddlers among the dead. Bus accidents are frequent in Peru due to reckless driving and the poor state of the roads. A dramatic rescue in eastern China as a couple trapped in a deep pit for more than a day is brought to safety. A wall on a construction site leaving them trapped under layers of debris, rocks, and sand. The woman is in critical condition while her husband is recovering well. The cause of that accident still under investigation at this hour. NATO says it will keep bombing the forces of Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi until late September, if necessary. Originally, the alliance said the mission could end by June 27th. NATO says simply Gaddafi has to go. Good old-fashioned cheese chasing in Japan. The annual Cooper's Hill Cheese Rolling Festival was canceled last year because of safety concerns. But these students chased the cheese anyway. No one was hurt in this unofficial event, and they got to taste and indulge in their hard work once they were done. And that's your Global News Now. Speaking of cheese, Your Vote 2012 brings together pizza and politics. Sarah Palin and her family grabbed a slice of pizza with reality TV host Donald Trump while visiting New York yesterday. Trump says they didn't talk about any political endorsements, but there is speculation the two may be teaming up. Palin is considering joining the field of Republican candidates vying to challenge President Barack Obama next year. We're also waiting to hear if Republican Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann of Minnesota is running. She spent Monday and yesterday in New Hampshire and says she has high regard for the state's people.
I've spent a lot of time in New Hampshire, and the people in New Hampshire are extraordinary. Number one, they are committed to continuing the flame of liberty, to keep it alive in this country. They love liberty, and they highly protect it.
Bachmann says she will announce whether she's running for the Republican nomination sometime this month. Well, a New York congressman pranked. That's what Anthony Weiner is saying about lewd photos sent to a young woman from his Twitter account. The congressman says someone hacked his account and posted a close-up lewd picture of a man wearing underwear to a female college student in Seattle. However, the woman says the congressman followed her on Twitter, but when asked why he followed her, this is all he had to say.
I am not going to permit myself to be distracted by this issue any longer.
All you are free. Is say no to that question.
You are free. You're very good at.
You're not following her on Twitter. Say no to the
why don't you let me do the answers and you do the questions?
As soon as you answer the question, ask her.
The congressman was also asked if he was the victim of a crime. Why didn't he ask police to investigate? Congressman Weiner refused to answer. Starting today, same-sex couples in Illinois can enter into civil unions. That means they can start enjoying many of the legal protections granted to married couples. This includes rights to hospital visits, inheritance rights, and adoption. Governor Pat Quinn signed that law in January in front of a crowd of cheering supporters in a Chicago auditorium. Some critics call the new law anti-family and divisive. The new law also applies to heterosexual couples. Coming up, a warning call from World Health leaders. Can our cell phones really kill us? Plus, the pain at the pump has more people turning to 2 wheels. A look at how scooter sales are going. And taking a trip? Find out how Ashton Kutcher may be able to help with your plans. Also, unused vacation days, why many of us are reluctant to take days off. All this and more coming up on INN. I want to remind you, INN News is on Facebook. Now you can also find us on Twitter at INN News Network. And we're on YouTube. We're reaching out to you so you can reach out to us. INN News is coming right back.
In this box is what I need to control my diabetes, to stay healthy, and get on with my life. It comes from Liberty Medical. And now, it's not only where I get my diabetes testing supplies, but it's where I get my prescription drugs as well. See, if you're on Medicare, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies, as well as your prescription drugs, may be covered. Liberty takes care of all the paperwork with Medicare and sends the prescription forms directly to your doctor for approval. Then on your schedule, packs up this box and sends it right to your door with no charge for shipping.
Liberty assures you have what you need to manage your diabetes, and that starts with a free meter. Call today and get a free meter. Plus, when you join, you'll also get a free cookbook.
Call Liberty. They can help you live a better life.
Call 1-800-503-6627. 1-800-503-6627.
Car owners, does your vehicle have less than 120,000 miles on it? Is it less than 10 years old? Is your current auto warranty about to expire? Well, Cover America Auto Care has a very special offer just for you. With current economic conditions causing bankruptcies and a downturn in new car sales, Cover America Auto Care now offers inexpensive mechanical breakdown coverage direct to the public. You can save thousands of dollars on auto repairs. A toll-free line has been made available so car owners can call and get a free no-obligation quote. This auto protection is backed by an A-rated insurance carrier. Plus, you get a claims department that has an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. 24-hour emergency roadside assistance is also included. You will be amazed at how much you can save on future car repair bills. So call for your free, no-obligation quote now. Do not wait. Get covered today and rest easy tonight.
Thanks for checking into INN Weather. I'm meteorologist Ed Russo. Some severe weather to talk about this evening, especially across the Northeast and New England states, all the way from New Hampshire, south and westward through Pennsylvania and even northern Maryland. Severe thunderstorm watch in place. Further east, actually a tornado watch from Caribou, Maine, southward through Boston, including New York City, including Philadelphia. So not only do these thunderstorms have the capability to produce large hail and damaging winds, but also the potential for some isolated tornadoes, and some real nice supercell thunderstorms are starting to blow up across much of New Hampshire. So keep that in mind this afternoon and keep watch for any warnings that certainly do pop up. We've already had quite a few warnings with these thunderstorms as they gradually start to push towards the east. The other story to this area is the heat, especially Washington and Baltimore and Philadelphia. Washington, Baltimore heat advisory and excessive heat warnings for the Philadelphia metropolitan area, where we could see heat indices upwards of 100 degrees through the rest of the day today. So extremely hot weather, and all of this is associated with a large anticyclone, large area of high pressure circulating over the eastern U.S., and it's actually sending some disturbances around it. That's why we have this east to west movement of showers and thunderstorms across the state of Florida. Normally, systems move from west to east. In this case, moving from east to west across the Sunshine State today. So we will see some more showers and thunderstorms, mainly across the central part of the state. The rest of Florida should be dry. Quiet across the high plains, but we could see some more severe weather today break out across eastern Colorado, Kansas, the panhandle of Oklahoma and Texas, and even eastern New Mexico could see some stronger showers and thunderstorms. Storm Prediction Center has that area in a slight risk. And also across the mid-Atlantic into the New England states could see some severe weather this afternoon. That's where we have all those watch boxes presently in effect. Northern Plains, that's where we're going to see the severe weather tomorrow, and a little patch across the southeast could be seeing some strong and severe thunderstorms during tomorrow afternoon. But there's no day 3 risk for severe weather. That's something we haven't seen in quite some time. Pretty quiet across the Great Lakes region. Beautiful day out here, nice and comfortable temperatures, but as you get towards Michigan, especially the Upper Peninsula, we are seeing some high wind warnings in place, and that's even kicking up some surf along Lake Superior, some 3 to 4 foot waves breaking along the shore. Even some more rain yet across California, and we are seeing a little bit of light snow as well across the mountaintops, and that means we do have actually a winter weather advisory in place for Central California. Flood watches in place for much of Wyoming and Montana, and here's that winter weather advisory I was talking about across the northern parts of the Sierra Nevada, just east of the San Joaquin Valley. So some more snow, believe it or not, and it's June 1st. Rest of the country, though, is pretty mild, especially overnight temperatures will be in the 70s across the south, and highs tomorrow really heating up, and we are going to see some record-breaking heat, I think, across Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, even through the Ohio Valley tomorrow. Could be seeing temperatures getting up to 100 degrees in a few locations, so stay cool. Mike?
If you drive an older Toyota Prius, your car could suddenly become hard to steer. Toyota is recalling about 50,000 Prius cars in the United States from model years 2001 through 2003. Over time, some of the hardware in the gearbox could come loose, making that wheel hard to turn. Toyota will fix that problem for free. Well, would you mind helmet hair if it meant extra cash in your wallet? with American drivers experiencing gas pains. Some are downsizing their method of transportation. Amanda Decker shows us.
These days, filling up can be a letdown, but here, scooter shop owners have little to complain about.
Whenever gas prices go up, we don't complain. We just get busier.
The Motorcycle Industry Council reports scooter sales were up almost 50% in the first quarter of the year, zipping along as gas prices climbed. Depending on the model, riders can enjoy fuel economy of 60, 70 miles per gallon or more.
With these, a lot of our customers are filling up, once every 2 or 3 weeks, depending on how they ride.
The two-wheelers are best suited for short urban commutes and don't have the same passenger or cargo space a family might need, but riders say there's added adventure.
It sort of makes it more exciting to get up and have to go to work. Not everyone has the advantage of working in a scooter shop or a motorcycle shop, but they can have the next best thing and ride to work.
If downsizing from 4 wheels to 2 sounds good to you, just make sure you have the proper safety equipment first and know your area's rules on scooter licensing and permits. I'm Amanda Decker reporting.
Fuel prices may be slowly dropping, but airfares are rising pretty rapidly. And Ashton Kutcher wants to help you plan your next trip. Jenny Wurzberger gets back to business.
It appears more people are opting out of the American dream of owning their own home. The percentage of homeowners has dropped sharply to 66.4%, down from 69.2% in 2004. The rate of ownership is now back to the 1998 levels. Get ready to pay up if you want to fly. The average round-trip cost is expected to hit $430 this summer. Most of that is just to cover the rising cost of fuel. That hefty bill doesn't include taxes or baggage fees. Ashton Kutcher, travel agent? Well, sort of. The model-turned-actor is now an investor in a new website called Airbnb. The online site helps budget-conscious travelers find lodging anywhere from an apartment to a houseboat to a castle. Kutcher is already an investor in Skype, Foursquare, the Path photo-sharing app, and the iPad news-reading app, Flipboard. For Back to Business, I'm Jenny Wurzberger.
Well, next, a call for concern. New warnings about cell phones from a group that previously said they would not cause cancer. Why it's changing its tune. And violent video games. New research showing why they may actually lead to violence. That's coming up in your health.
If you're in debt to the IRS for $10,000 or more, you don't have to take desperate measures to settle your account. All you have to do is put the right people to work for you. And that's as simple as calling this number. You'll speak to a tax expert who can help you negotiate a settlement that's significantly less than the actual amount you owe. Many are former IRS agents who have inside knowledge that you can't get elsewhere. And that can make all the difference in the world.
They saved my business.
I owed $30,000 and paid a fraction of it.
The threatening letter stopped immediately.
I got great advice, and they did all the work.
If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, you owe it to yourself and your family to call this number and get your case settled for less. Now, you only have a small window of time to settle, so act now.
For a free tax analysis, call 800-903-7750. There is no obligation. Call 800-903-7750 now.
This is what evil looks like up close. It's The Nazis, a warning from history on DVD. The shocking filmed record of a world gone mad. From deep within secret German archives comes footage so unnerving, it still can't be shown on television. If you believe we can learn from the past, this is one collection you absolutely must own. Get it now on 4 DVDs for just $59.99. But wait, call with your credit card and you'll pay only $39.99. It's so important you see this. We'll pay your shipping. That's an additional savings of nearly $7. Look into the face of evil. Try not to blink. Call now to get The Nazis, a warning from history on 4 DVDs for just $39.99. We'll ship it for free.
Call 1-800-214-3086 to order Nazis, a warning from history for $39.99 and receive free shipping when you call in the next 10 minutes with a credit card or order online at timelife.com/Nazi.
An international health agency is saying something most of us don't want to hear. Cell phones may cause cancer. The International Agency for Research on Cancer says radiation from using a cell phone may increase the risk of certain types of brain cancer. This group is the cancer arm of the World Health Organization. They suggest cell phone use should be classified as a possible carcinogenic to humans. The WHO previously established no evidence for a link between cell phone use and cancer, but after reviewing details from dozens of studies, the group of 31 scientists from 14 countries is now making this significant statement. A new way of using MRI machines could help diagnose autism. Researchers can now measure brain signals that could identify if a child is autistic. A recent study tested autistic children and compared their brain functionality to typical children while using what's called a functional MRI exam. Researchers played voice recordings of the children's parents. Researchers were then able to identify the autistic children based on their brain signals and level of language comprehension. A new study shows the impact of playing violent video games. Researchers had 70 young adults play a violent or non-violent game for about half an hour. Afterward, they showed the participants a violent and non-violent photograph. Those who played the violent games had a reduced response to the violent photo. Other studies have shown a link between playing games and desensitization and aggression, but this is the first to show any sort of cause and effect. Next, the need for some time off. Many of us are maxed out but still working our vacation days. Why fewer of you are taking the time off and how we compare to the rest of the world. That's next on INN.
Stay tuned for an exciting money-making opportunity from SMC. Would you like to make more money, set your own hours, and spend more time with your family? Well, now you can with SMC.
I'm an SMC believer. I'm going to tell you what, it's an opportunity for anybody to get in and have a home-based business and be successful.
Mothers around the world should do this, yes, and they can stay home with their kids.
I don't have to be bothered with the hectic day-to-day working for someone else. I'm working for myself.
I just wish now I'd have done this 10 or 15 years ago. It's the best thing that ever happened to me.
SMC supports its members with a huge warehouse stocked with thousands of products that you can sell for profits of up to 300% and more. Call right now to request your free information packet. And remember to ask your operator how you can jumpstart your business with $100 worth of free SMC merchandise.
Just pick up the phone and call this toll-free number now. Remember, you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Bishop Walter Hawkins made love come alive with timeless gospel classics. Now Love Alive is back and sounding better than ever. Presenting the Love Alive collection. Love Alive 1, Love Alive 2, and Love Alive 3, all for just $24.99. But wait, order in the next 10 minutes with your credit card, and we'll cut the price to just $14.99. Then preview other great gospel collections. Satisfaction guaranteed. So don't wait. Get the Love Alive collection. 3 classic CDs for just $14.99.
Call 1-800-443-1356 to order the Love Alive collection on 3 CDs for just $14.99 plus shipping when you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card. Call now.
Well, the summer season is officially here, and some of you already have your vacation plans shored up. But a recent survey found many Americans are hesitant to leave the office. Why don't Americans unplug and unwind like workers in other countries? Brian Latham takes a look.
Days at the beach. Trips you'll remember for a lifetime. That's what summer's all about, right? Well, not for most American workers who lag behind international counterparts in the vacation time given and the time taken. According to an Expedia survey, workers in Great Britain got an average of 28 days vacation last year. In France, 37. Here in the U.S., 18. And they only used 14. So what's holding Americans back? With the economy still recovering, some workers are just happy to have a job. And with staffing pared to bare bones during the recession, they'd rather be at their desks than on a guilt trip.
We feel that we're letting our colleagues down. We're afraid of the work that's waiting for us when we get back from vacation, and that guilt will make us not take the days off that we really need.
There are also the lingering financial concerns. A recent survey from CareerBuilder found 1 in 4 workers simply can't afford a getaway this year. 12% say they can afford it but won't go. Only 1 in 3 said they felt more comfortable taking a vacation this summer than they did last year. If finances are holding you back, try a staycation, even if it's just a long weekend to unwind and, most importantly, unplug close to home.
At least try to take a Friday off or take off early on a Friday and utilize the whole weekend and turn off your darn cell phones.
I'm Brian Latham reporting.
Well, you were supposed to be at least 14 to have a Facebook account, but next, the story of an unborn baby sending out friend requests. That's next on INN.
It was the hippest trip in America. The music, the styles, and the stars. It was Soul Train. And now, for the first time ever, Time Life presents the best of Soul Train on 3 DVDs for just $39.99. And if you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card, Time Life will pay your shipping and handling. What they do? You'll get 50 guest performances and over 8 hours of the greatest entertainment. You'll get all the great dancing, the cool fashions, the great music, fabulous guest performances, and a priceless set of memories. You'll once again be line dancing to some of the greatest soul music and artists of all time. Now you can own the best of Soul Train on 3 DVDs for just $39.99. This collection is very special.
As an added bonus, get a free Soul Train ringtone with your order. Call 1-800-716-8618 to order Soul Train and receive free shipping when you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card.
Experience Bare Minerals, the foundation that started the makeup revolution. Are you ready for flawless coverage and makeup that is actually good for your skin? Now you can get our new kit for over 75% off what you'd pay at retail. Our exclusive introductory Get Started kit includes the award-winning Bare Minerals Foundation. You'll also receive warmth for a healthy glow, Mineral Veil, the ultimate finishing touch, and Bare Minerals Professional Flawless Application Brush. Call now and receive our new bonus collection worth $57.95 free, including the highly anticipated Flawless Definition Mascara. Purchased separately, you'd spend over $120. Our original Get Started kit was a great deal at 2 payments of $29.99. But for a limited time, you get all this, including the bonus gifts, for only 1 payment of $29.99. You save over $90 and get a 30-day money-back guarantee.
To save over 75%, order now by calling 1-800-200-8130 and ask how you can receive this free handy compact with brush with your order.
A Texas baby isn't even born yet, but already she has quite a following on Facebook. Parents-to-be Ellie and Matt Green set up the page as a creative way to let friends and family know the good news of the pregnancy. Unborn Mariah Green sent out hundreds of Facebook requests. It didn't take long for people to accept.
She would say, oh, I'm kicking my mom today, or I'm doing somersaults, and they would start, oh, do somersaults this way, or do that way, or oh, you should try doing this, Mariah, and we're like, oh, people are interacting with this.
Ellie and Matt plan on continuing Mariah's page with her birth story in the next few posts. I'm Mike Mickle. From all of us here at INN, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow.